Welcome to HDFS command line interface. In this presentation, I will cover the general usage of the HDFS command line interface and commands specific to HDFS. Other commands should be familiar to anyone with Unix experience and will not be covered. The HDFS can be manipulated through a Java API or through a command line interface. All commands for manipulating HDFS through Hadoop's command line interface begin with HDFS, a space, and DFS. This is a file system shell. This is followed by the command name as an argument to HDFS DFS. These commands start with a dash. For example, the ls command for listing a directory is a common Unix command and is preceded with a dash. As on a Unix system, ls can take a path as an argument. In this example, the path is a current directory represented by a single dot. As we saw for the ls command, the file system shell commands can take paths as arguments. These paths can be expressed in the form of uniform resource identifiers, or URIs. The URI format consists of a scheme, an authority, and a path. There are multiple schemes supported. The local file system has a scheme of file. HDFS has a scheme called HDFS. For example, let us say you wish to copy a file called myfile.txt from your local file system to an HDFS file system on the local host. You can do this by issuing the command shown. The cp command takes a URI for the source and a URI for the destination. The scheme and the authority do not always need to be specified. Instead, you may rely on their default values. These defaults can be overridden by specifying them in a file named core-site.xml in the conf directory of your Hadoop installation. HDFS is not a fully POSIX-compliant file system, but it supports many of the commands. The HDFS commands are mostly easily recognized Unix commands like cat and chmod. There are also a few commands that are specific to HDFS, such as copy from local, and we'll examine a few of these. Copy from local and put are two HDFS-specific commands that do the same thing. Copy files from the local file system to a location on another file system. Their opposite is the copy to local command, which can also be referred to as get. This command copies files out of the file system you specify and into the local file system. Get merge is an enhanced form of get that can merge the files from multiple locations into a single local file. Set rep lets you override the default level of replication. You can do this for one file or with the -r option to an entire tree. This command returns immediately after requesting the new replication level. If you want the command to block until the job is done, pass the -w option. IBM with Big Insights provides the Ambari console as a graphical way to work with HDFS. The Services tab provides a simple way to view the status of the Hadoop components. Create a file view to browse and work with directories and files. This concludes the presentation. Thank you for watching. Here is a list of trademarks that might have been referenced in this presentation.